there, my YouTube friends. I'm Kelly. Welcome to my channel and to this video. I'm going to make Valentine table runners for my daughter and my mom for sure, and most likely for me. And I'm going to use the same pattern for all of them. I will show you what I'm going to do momentarily. I got this method from a video from TeresaDown Under, and I will link that video in my description box. Now these X and O blocks that I'm going to do are all in the layout. But for each block, whatever you decide to do, either all O's, X's, whatever, you need 4 big squares and 2 little squares, because you do the snowball, stitch and flip, whatever you want to call it. My squares are a little bit bigger than what are in the video. My big squares are 5.5 and my little squares are 2.5. And I have drawn lines on the back of them. So when you sew them, you just have to make sure that the lines are oriented the same way. So with this one goes this way and so does that, because you want it to look like that when it is done, with 2 snowballed corners. I hope that makes sense to everybody. It probably will stick in your heads better once I've done that, and I'll show you.
To do this snowball or stitch and flip method, line up your small square exactly on the corners of your big square and sew on the line all the way across. My machine likes it better if I sew just a tad off the line toward the corner. It's just a hair on the outside of the line. That gives me a little bit more to flip over, just because there's a little bulk taken up when you sew on the line. So experiment with yours and see what you like to do the best before you sew a whole bunch of blocks.
After you have your little square sewn on, fold it back and check. Does it still line up? That looks pretty good to me. Once you have all the corners sewn on and you're happy with what they look like, give them the light press over to the corner. Get them all done, like so. And then, to get rid of all the bulk on the back, just open it back up. Whoops. Gotta cut both sides, and you got 2 layers of bulk. So just take your scissors. You can use your rotary cutter if you want. I'm just going to use scissors. And cut off about 1/4 inch of the extra. There, and just press it flat again. Just do that on all your corners and you'll be ready to go. This is how the layout's important. If you do the blocks like this, it makes an O. And if you turn them like this, it makes an X. Now I'm going to use sashing and other things on mine, so it'll make more sense as we go along. I did a boo-boo. I had footage of my daughter's runner ready to go, and the quilting plan, and my mom's blocks done except for the sashing and stuff. And I did an accidental delete. So that footage is all gone. My apologies. We will carry on from here. So I changed my mind about the quilting plan. Both of the red O's have red on the top and on the back. It's kind of hard to see the red thread with the X's and O's, but I decided not to use black. I just did red. And both of them in the pink, the white border with the hearts or the gingham is pink. It goes a little blurry when I get too close, but you can kind of see it there. And you can kind of see it on this one. Now, this runner has loads of extra backing, so I carefully trimmed away all the little bits of batting on the edge, and I'm going to make cheater binding. I haven't trimmed this down yet. I'm going to go at least 1 inch away from it, maybe 1.5, but 1 for sure. And this one just needs a trim because I don't have enough all the way around. There's some spots that might be close, but it's cutting it a bit fine. And I have tons of this X fabric, so I'm just going to make black binding and just use that. It'll be fine. The 2 table runners for my daughter and my mom are done. I don't usually use light binding, like for my daughters, but I think it worked out okay. It blends in a bit more, so I think I'm just not used to it. But it's growing on me a bit as I look at it a bit more. Now, traditionally, most of the time, I use dark binding. So this one is perhaps set off better, maybe? I don't know. I think they both look good, but in different ways. I would love to know everyone else's opinion, so please leave me a comment and tell me what you think.